Gene Simmons names 5 singers he hated the most. Gene Simmons, the renowned bassist and co-founder of Kiss, is just as famous for his bold personality as he is for his music. His extravagant stage presence and daring approach contributed to making Kiss one of the most iconic bands in rock history, where performance artistry went hand in hand with musical talent. However, Simmons has often sparked controversy. While many people appreciate his candidness and bravery, others struggle with his directness. His forthright demeanor, and of course, that famous tongue, keeps him in the news. Whether he's critiquing contemporary music or questioning the legacies of legendary artists, Simmons has developed a reputation for being unafraid to express his opinions, labeling certain music legends as boring and accusing some of prioritizing style over substance. Whether fans admire or dislike him, Gene Simmons openly shares his thoughts without reservation. Here are 5 singers Gene Simmons hated the most. Carla Santana. Carla Santana is widely regarded as a rock music legend for his lasting influence and artistry. However, a feud with Gene Simmons has persisted since 2005. Santana publicly criticized Simmons' musical abilities, labeling him more of a performer than a genuine musician. Simmons did not take these jabs lightly. In a 2009 interview promoting Kiss's album Sonic Boom, he shot back with harsh words. "It's time for us to show the little boys how the big boys do it. I'm tired of bands like Carla Santana standing around staring at their shoes and calling it a rock concert. Get off the stage." Simmons has insisted that he believes Santana's relaxed performance style is unsuitable for a rock stage. Axel Rose. Although Gene Simmons may have some respect for Guns N' Roses, he has been vocal about his views on why the band failed to achieve its full potential. In a 2011 interview with Music News Web, he placed the blame squarely on Axel Rose, suggesting that the band's inability to reach the pinnacle of stardom was due to Rose's behavior. Following the original lineup's disbandment, Simmons criticized Rose for wasting the band's momentum. Guns N' Roses could have been the biggest band on the planet, and they're not, because of Axel. Simmons argued that Rose lacked the stamina needed to last in the rock industry. He described the music business as a marathon rather than a sprint. When asked what Rose could have done differently, Simmons bluntly stated, "A good beating would have helped." Vinnie Vincent. Gene Simmons has expressed both admiration and disappointment regarding former Kiss guitarist Vinnie Vincent. While he recognized Vincent's talent, he also criticized some of his decisions over the years. Vincent joined Kiss in 1982 as Ace Frehley's replacement, but complications quickly arose. Simmons noted that Vincent has faced legal issues recently related to trademarking Kiss-related names and his take on the band's logo. Vinnie wanted every solo to be an over-the-top moment. Everything he played sounded like it was on crack, totally overblown and definitely not what Kiss was about. Eventually, we had to put our foot down. Simmons also highlighted his unstable decision-making, claiming that he never officially signed a contract with the band, continuously delaying negotiations. "We couldn't insure him or the tour because he kept saying, 'I'll sign it tomorrow.' And decades later, he still hasn't." Vinnie's incredibly talented, a great guy, but in my view, he's his own worst enemy. Kurt Cobain. Gene Simmons has been outspoken about who deserves recognition in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. According to Simmons, artists with just a few albums to their name don't qualify. He cited Nirvana as an example. Despite their impact, they released only 3 studio albums before Kurt Cobain's untimely death. While Simmons hasn't explicitly said he dislikes Nirvana, he has never hesitated to question Cobain's legendary status. In discussions with Teen Rock Radio, Simmons argued that true icons are artists like Elvis, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Hendrix, and The Who, those with a more extensive catalog and enduring influence. As Simmons put it, Kurt Cobain? No. That's just 1 or 2 records. Dying doesn't automatically make you a legend. Prince. Gene Simmons has been straightforward in sharing his opinions on the deaths of notable musicians, including Prince. Following Prince's sudden death in 2016, Simmons drew criticism by linking it to substance abuse. He candidly remarked, "How pathetic, he killed himself," suggesting that Prince's way of life was a direct cause of his death. Even though he respected Prince's talent, Simmons maintained his tough stance, stating, "It's tragic. Drugs and alcohol gradually take a toll on you. His drugs killed him. You don't think he just caught a cold." Gene Simmons' boldness has always been part of his persona, and his controversy just as famous as his stage theatrics.